We come to this place for magic, to laugh,
To cry.
To care.
but most importantly, to argue about movies. We are
The Box Office Buds.
My name is Tony Squares. As always, I'm joined by the stellar Kellerman, Mr. Alexander Joshua Alche himself, and I am dressed in a Lilo and Stitch onesie because this week it is Mission Stitch Possible.
Woo!
We are so excited to talk about the movies coming out this week. It's the biggest week for movies so far this year. Kellerman, I know you're brimming. You are ready for this.
You know I love a good packed theater, so I'm stoked. I can't wait to see both of these movies, actually.
And we have so much coming out for you, so much content that we had to split it up. We have multiple long-form videos coming out, multiple short-form videos coming out. We're dressed to impress. We have a bunch of themes going on. All of us are going to see these movies. We cannot wait to talk about them, preview them, review them. Alche, are you a little bit disappointed that you don't own any of these in our fantasy movie league?
Absolutely. Had I known Lilo and Stitch was going to be this good looking, and B, basically you, and B, that it is like a Memorial Day weekend as well. Like, so many things are going for both of these movies. I'm very upset that I don't own either of them.
Now, if this is the first time you're hearing us, seeing us in any capacity, the three of us and a group of our friends are in a fantasy movie league. We each draft 5 movies that are coming out this calendar year, and whoever makes the most money in the worldwide box office wins said league. With my winnings from last year, I bought this onesie, and I am so excited because not only is this the biggest movie weekend of the year so far, but 2 competitors have their biggest movie coming out the same day. Mine is Lilo and Stitch, if you haven't guessed. And Dangles, who is currently second place in our league, has Mission Impossible 8. So big, again, we had to separate these episodes before we get there.
Money well spent, by the way. Money
Thank
well
you.
spent.
It looks
Thank
great.
you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. And even put it in perspective, we did an auction draft. If you've never played fantasy, you have X amount of dollars. You each bid on movies. The bids go up and up and up. Out of all the movies that we spent money on, as I fix my hood for the YouTube version here, out of the top 10 movies that were the most expensive from our draft so far this year, all the movies we've talked about, all the movies we've reviewed, only one of them was in the top 10 of how much we spent on these movies. That was your Minecraft. Both Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch were in the top 10 of how expensive these movies were. Big ticket items coming out this weekend. A small ticket item was one that came out this past weekend. So, Final Destination Bloodlines. That thing came out. You two saw it. Let me get a spoiler-free review before we move on to the big kahunas.
I feel like you kind of undersold it a little bit because it actually made a lot more money than I think most people expected it to.
Over 100 million worldwide.
Over 100 million
51
opening
domestically?
weekend.
Craziness.
Unbelievable. And something else you didn't mention is the fact that our league has a special category for, we call it the indie film category.
No, you're right. I should have explained that. The indie movie category is a special 6th movie that we each drafted. It's a Price is Right game. You get to 150 million or less. The closest to the pin wins the round. However, you go over 150 million, you get zilch, zero, nada. And we have 101 for Final Destination Bloodlines. That thing's over 150 next weekend.
Well, unless it has a huge drop-off with the Lilo and Stitch Mission Impossible weekend, which is very possible.
Yeah.
If it were to just stop right now, it would be a serious contender for that category.
It would. I think it's definitely going over, but it's gonna.
I also think
it's
gonna
gonna inch its way there. I don't think it's going over this weekend, but slowly but surely it will get there. There's a lot of movies coming out over the next month.
Summertime, baby.
But this one is fun, and it's the first of the reboot horror movies that we're getting a ton of this year.
True,
and
it's good,
and it was so fun. Yeah, the if you're going to see outlandish, cartoony deaths, you're in for a real treat because this has it in scores.
They nail it. They absolutely nailed the tone of this movie. Is spot on. There was some of the glorious, craziest death scenes I've ever seen, followed by I'm so sorry this happened again, sweetie. The campiness was all there. I laughed so hard. My theater was loving it.
Yeah.
And the conceit from the opening scene all the way through held weight and was really, really strong. The actors knew the assignment and absolutely, I think, knocked it out of the park. Really, really fun. And some, spoiler free, but some allusions to previous movies as well.
Yeah.
So fun. I'm not a Final Destination person at all. I am not. a Rube. By the way, it's not Rubes Goldberg.
No,
It's
it's not.
Rube. It's just one Rube.
No, it's not.
Goldberg.
It's,
Who
a
knew
man,
his
it's a
na-
man's name.
Yeah, who knew his name was Rube? Huh?
Goldberg's machine.
Yeah. So anyway, his machine. It's not my thing, but this one
Boy.
really was great.
They really took the edging in this one to
Oh
the
my
extreme.
god, to the extreme. Oh my god, I don't want to again spoiler free, but
No spoilers.
all I have to say is the hospital scene.
Yeah.
The hospital scene got me good.
Really?
Oh.
That's where I kind of felt like it jumped the shark, to be
I
honest.
think you're so wrong. It got crazy in the hospital.
That's when I was like, okay.
What did you think overall?
Overall, I thought it was okay. I honestly, I didn't love it, but I did like it a lot. I had a lot of fun. I did not think the cast was all that strong.
I think they were fine.
A bunch of people I'd never seen before. All
You got something against new actors, Kellerman?
No, I don't have anything against new actors. I have something against weird casting, and I felt this was all over the place. The age ranges of the kids who are
for
supposed
sure.
to be young and the adults who are supposed to be old was all mixed up.
They were cousins. Come on.
It was really confusing. But the directing, again, I thought that the quick shots of all the little pieces of the things that could murder people was
Yes.
just done so well so many times. I didn't particularly care for the penny motif.
I love the penny
Thought it was a little
motif.
weird, but I thought for some people maybe it was a through line that would make it more easy to follow.
So, with how successful this movie did, again, 101 worldwide. Ben Rosen, sorry, you're going to go over the 150 marker. But as you said, we have a bunch of horror movies coming out. I know what you did last summer. There's even, I don't know, it's a horror movie, but now you three me. I don't know why that popped in my head. But the success of these movies coming back after long stretches of dormantness, do you think that bodes well for the other ones, or was this just a Final Destination one?
I personally think that it bodes well for all of the ones that are coming, especially after a long hiatus. People love a comeback, and especially there's people our age, who saw a lot of these movies as teenagers,
Yeah.
and there hasn't been one since then.
Yeah.
We're all going to go see it. Plus, there's a chance to capture the new, younger audience.
Yeah.
It seems like a good time for those types of movies.
I think especially in horror and lore, yes. Now You Three Me is absolutely not making money. I think,
hold on a second now.
I think we're falling into.
That's my movie in the league,
I
and
know.
the other ones have made quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I think we're falling into the same trap as The Accountant here. I think no one cared about Now You See Me 2. No one's going to care about Now You Three
Oh
Me.
man.
I will say, I recently went to a bar the other day, and what was on TV screen? A TBS showing of Now You Two Me. So,
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying.
The cast is incredible.
It's
Talk
out
about there. Now there's a cast that understands the assignment.
They do.
It's out there. So to end the Final Destination spoiler-free Bloodlines review here, on a scale of 1 to 10 on the edging to finish scale, how much of an edge did you get off of this?
I edged. I finished. It was great. Full
Put it on the
edge.
poster. Put it on the poster.
I edged. Everyone edged. Everyone finished.
How many edges
Well, several edges.
out of 10?
Like a pentagon or
I give it like 6 to 8 edges. Yeah, maybe
an
like
octagon?
Give me like 7
I'd
edges.
give it like a six edges out of 10.
That's a septagon.
6 death
That's
edges.
7. Sextagon? Oh, okay. That's it for Final Destination Bloodlines. Before we move on, we have to talk about a little morsel, a little flavor of what's to come, because again, Mission Impossible, the 8th edition, is coming out. Tom Cruise has been in our life since 1981. Endless Love was his first movie, and he's been in a bajillion of movies where he is the headliner. The one that's made the most money, Top Gun Maverick, $1.4 billion worldwide.
Yep.
All those Mission Impossible movies, they don't make as much as you think, but they do make money. 6 of his top 8 box office movies are Mission Impossible movies. I'm going to give you 5 movies that
Okay.
are not Mission Impossible, that are not Top Gun Maverick. What has made the most money worldwide for Tom Cruise?
Okay.
A, The Last Samurai. B, The Edge of Tomorrow. C, Minority Report.
I love Minority
D,
Report.
Rain Man. E, the original Top Gun. What movie for Tom Cruise has made the most money in the worldwide box office?
Say it one more time.
A, Last Samurai. B, Edge of Tomorrow. C, Minority Report. D, Rain Man. Or E, Top Gun.
If it's The Last Samurai, we got a real problem.
No. I'm really
know mine.
torn between Minority Report and Edge of Tomorrow.
I got it already. So
Go for it.
Edge of Tomorrow, no question.
I'll take the other one with Minority Report then.
B, Edge of Tomorrow. C, Minority Report. And the answer is the most money in the worldwide box office. A, The Last Samurai.
Is it really?
Come on, America!
Coming to you tomorrow.
Wow.
Tom Cruise all day and all night. It's
I
Mission
like The Last
Impossible
Samurai.
8. We shall see you then.